All right, so Piers there, Adrian's connecting up. Okay, let's see. Pierre, your voice. Unmute.
Okay.
All right, you back. Adrian?
Yeah, I'm back as well.
Yeah, what were you saying about look at who's on air?
How few people are on air nowadays. It's becoming such a political play ball, this radio, amateur radios, that people are just saying, it's not worth it anymore. Let's pack it in.
It's unbelievable, China. It is unbelievable. You know, and it's not as though in the last year I've been at the club to cause crack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it would have been a different story if I was at the club speaking my heart out all the time. I've kept quiet. And everybody has disappeared, but even the 650 is quiet.
Who was quiet?
650.
Yeah, but I see a lot of activity on the WhatsApp group of 650, and not much on the radio either.
7875, also quiet.
Yeah.
So at this area.
Is it a state of mind that most of the people are, what is it? Because of this whole lockdown, everybody is depro and they don't want to speak up on the radio or anything like that.
Adrian, I've got no idea. I wish we could get to the bottom of why there's this kind of reaction. Look, like I said last Sunday, I know of a couple of guys that have actually come forward now and voiced their concerns with regards to the West Rand attitude generally. But, that doesn't extend all the way through to the other clubs and repeaters. And yet there's a lot of quietness. And even Battis mentioned that Pretoria repeaters are a lot busier.
Yeah, look, I listen to the Pretoria one every time that I do travel up to Nelbomspruit. I run through that repeater. And there's always, because I travel in the morning, they also have got their Pops group speaking there. But the Pops group, they sometimes call every half an hour during the whole day, things like that. So these guys are using it as a social gathering place, because they cannot move around, and so they use the radio as an interaction place. So yeah, and I think that is an ideal use for the radio of amateur radio. If you're alone at home, speak. But over here, I see a lot of guys is not even. I wonder how many radios have been switched off and not being used anymore.
I think there's a lot of guys that just haven't even got their radios plugged in. I mean, I said it now to, I don't know, I don't think it was to you, Adrian. I think it was Stephen yesterday. I think, like out of our CERT volunteers who are amateurs,
yeah,
80% of them don't even have radios plugged in, if they even work. They could have been hit by lightning, and now the guys haven't got the cash to replace them. Unless 80% of the guys are all on Baofengs, and they pissed off at Rory and me being anti-Baofeng. I don't know. But Adrian, don't say anything. There's a Baofeng user on here at the moment.
Let me just.
Yeah, no, I like my Baofeng. It's been giving me good service up to now. So everybody can say whatever they want about the Baofeng, I will still use it. And as a matter of fact, I've got 7 of them.
He makes me scratch my head, Joe. Yeah,
no.
I mean, it's not a bad radio for the price, but for amateur use, yeah, no, that's fine. I still maintain we're going to take it out in the field. We're going to fall over in the field, and that's where the bigger problem comes in. Look, I had 2. I sold them both eventually. The first one just wouldn't connect to the 625 repeater at all. No matter what I did, it just refused. Yet it would key up the 700 without any problems.
No,
Now, my Woodsman, I found if I take it out the charger and I turn it on for 10 minutes and I turn it off, when I turn it on the next morning, it's dead.
You definitely had a bad one.
Well, I mean, we've had that Woodsman for 5 years, and Craig had it for about 3. But I think I must just replace the battery on it. I've got one floating around here somewhere, I think.
No, I can, I started out with these, and I upgraded to the QITs, and it's still a cheap radio, and they serve me well at the moment. Yeah, if the cars doesn't break down, then one would have had extra money. So yeah.
Yeah, that was a bit of a bummer, that.
But luckily, I must compliment the guy that actually worked on the car. He gave me a quote for 28, and he eventually, how many garages give you an invoice for 23 then, after he has quoted you 28. So yeah, so it was. I have to go compliment the guy on it, and of course the car's now going like a young one again, a brand new one. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
But it was just a bit, the expenditure was a bit unplanned. So, guys, let me go and make some dinner for myself. I haven't done it yet, haven't eaten yet. So.
The US is coming under some serious cold weather conditions. I spoke to John Whiskey November 2 Whiskey.
The pilot.
Just before 1700. And he also said the last 24 hours have been miserable and cold and raining and snowing, and they've got a little bit of sunshine now, but they don't know how long it's going to go for. Then the other thing I noticed, I'm trying to think now, which country was it? There was another country that's also very concerned about snow conditions that are going to affect them. So those European and North American countries, I think, are going to take a bit of a punch, much along the lines of India. I mean, it's their snowy season there now too, hence the glacier coming down the way that it has. So all of these things are weather conditions. But anyway, Adrian, you go get something to eat.
Okay.
I'm going to go and watch.
Guys, have a good one. Speak to you in the morning.
All right. Cheers, Adrian.
And cheers.
Mr. Pierre.
Adrian. Goed gaan.
How's your CW going there?
Sorry, say again.
How's your CW going?
Oh, no, it's coming. It's coming along. They have decided last week that I'm the best one in the class so far. I've done a couple of QSOs, CW QSOs. Done about 5, I think. So it's getting there slowly. I just now need to build up my confidence and actually get on air and yeah, just practice. But it's getting there. But it's quite tough, eh?
Yeah, no, look, you know, like you said, you've got to concentrate. And for me, the biggest problem is the time. I mean, you know, like now I'm busy writing this other manual. So, and it takes time to do it. You know, I don't have the time for this.
Yeah, no, it does take time.
I'd like to do CW and get back into it. And I've got some straight keys in that here. I don't have a pedal. I don't want to work pedal though.
Yeah, no, I also don't have a pedal. I've only got the key. Yeah, that for me works well. The new guy that we've now got also training us, that Adi, he's ex-Israeli with military. Yeah, and he says you must use a key and you must concentrate on with 20 words per minute, and that's it. He says he's been doing CW for, I think, 40 years or whatever, and he's always been on 20 words a minute, and he's going to stay there. Whereas other guys say you must always try to get faster and faster and faster and go to 25 and 30 and 35 words per minute. But that's not my goal. I just want to be good at 20 words per minute.
You know, I was listening to ZCCB Tony. He was having a chat with Cliff this week and the last week as well, on a radio, a homebrew rig that he built a while ago, and he pulled it out. Now he was bored and he pulled it out and dusted it off, and he wanted to see if the thing would still work in that. And he says it's only putting out 10 watts, and the crystal in it is fixed at like 7167 or something like that. And he wanted to do CW on it and whatever. And I must admit, I went and I tuned up and I could hear him. And then Cliff comes back and says, yeah, no, but Tony, you know, you must ask around for the guys who've got a loop and, you know, get a loop in there and do this and do that. And Tony said, no. You think about those French spies who were running around Europe and having to communicate back. You know, they couldn't put antennas up because if the Germans saw an antenna, that building was bombed, bottom line. You know, so that was the whole concept of communication. So why has radio amateur changed it? So like now your guy says, no, train up to 20 words and stay there. That's what it should be as far as I'm concerned. You know, yesterday, fucking Norman, SEO, calls me at about, I don't know, 5 o'clock or something. Now the guys are on Simplex and they're asking you to come there.